Hi, fellas. How you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Very good. Should I be wearing headphones for this, I imagine, because there'll be sound coming out?
No, you should be wearing a mask though. We're really,
Don't get me sick through this mic, I swear.
Yeah, no, headphones are probably best. I'm not wearing them, but that's only because I don't have any.
Let me write that on the production notes.
Okay, there we go. Now I couldn't hear you for a second. Okay, cool. I'm ready to go whenever you guys are. This is great.
Hey there, guys. I'm Vee Infuso, and joined with me, as always, is Danny Tanner, Barbarian Sasquatch, Reyes World TV, Lenning, and today's special guest, Jaffe, you're the guest.
Oh, I was masturbating. Sorry. What? Hello, fellas and filettes. It's David Jaffe. I might know me as director of God of War 1 and the Twisted Metal series and Drawn to Death, and things like that. These days, you can find me at David Scott Jaffe over on Twitter, and you can find me on my YouTube channel, which just search David Jaffe. And I do a daily stream about video games, game culture, high chat interaction around 3 o'clock every day of the weekday. Hopefully I will see you there, and I'm excited to watch this horrible motion picture with these fine folks.
You can also find him lurking at the back of your closet if you don't say your prayers every night. So get on
That's
that, kids.
absolutely true. But instead of coming out and killing you, I come out and I'm like, let's play Candyland. It's very weird.
It's a lot weirder.
I'm a terrible
Let's eat edibles and play Candyland.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Okay, so am I going to know anything going in, or we have no idea what this is except one of you guys?
Well, being as you are the godfather of God of War, I thought that it was only fitting that we watch something sort of in that vein.
Okay, don't even tell me what it is. I want to discover it like I'm sitting in a theater for the first time with no idea what the fuck I'm seeing.
Perfect.
I'm going to laugh my ass off if he just goes like, oh no, I saw this growing up. This is like old hat to me.
Oh, I may have. I've seen everything.
Before we get started, I want to say, Jaffe, thank you. Thank you for providing me with such an excellent childhood, with such beautiful games like Twisted Metal 2 and God of War 2, and thank you, because obviously ones, but my family and I, we didn't get along, but over Twisted Metal 2, me and my cousins bonded, and I don't know anyone else here, but Axel was my main. I love that.
There you go.
I love that man. But I blame you for God of War 2 because I couldn't finish it. It's not my fault. It's not that I'm a bad player.
Why couldn't you fit? Why, it was too hard for you?
No, I just got to, where before the third fate, you go down that big long spiral and you're fighting all those enemies, and I got so caught up in that wave. I couldn't get past like the last one, and I kept trying. I got frustrated, and I just forgot to beat it because
anything you didn't like.
Though. I'm just messing with you, dude. I love it though.
No. Anything you didn't like is Corey's fault. The stuff you liked is all me. But on behalf of all of us who made those games, you're welcome. And your parents called us and said, we're doing a shitty job. Could you just
Not mine. Mine were like, what's that? And I go, this is God of War. And they're like, get off it. I'm playing it now.
Oh, nice. All right, cool. Well, yeah, on behalf of all of us, you're welcome, man.
I also wanted to thank you really quick for cock blocking me in 1996. While all my friends were out like running the bases with the neighborhood people, the skanks and everything. Because I was trying to beat Twisted Metal 2 on difficult with everybody. So I avoided herpes. And now I have wonderful disease-free marital relations. I don't need Valtrex, nothing. So thank you, David Jaffe, for avoiding my penis getting herpes. I appreciate it.
How long have you been married?
About like a month. So.
Oh, that'll last. Okay.
I bonded with my cousins because of Jaffe. You had herpes because of Jaffe. Jaffe's just helped us all out.
If I get herpes in a couple of years, I'll know what happened.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
That was also my divorce game.
Not is it really? Is it really?
Yeah, not myself. My parents.
Your parents.
So technically, Kratos is my dad.
My guess would be that Kratos is a lot of people's dads. That's what
Yes.
And
you got around
tell me at the
Kratos.
support group.
He's either a lot. He's not only a lot of people's dads, but I'd also imagine he's a lot of people's daddies as well.
Oh, I believe that's true from what I understand. Absolutely.
I've actually also never seen this movie.
Oh, Cannon Films. Oh, it's going to be shit. Oh, Hercules.
Oh, he fucking knows. Yes.
I'm sure I've seen it, but it's been ages, and these people make the worst fucking movies ever. I love this.
It's hard to say the words Cannon Films without laughing.
I think the
Didn't they
real
do
mark of
Leprechaun?
quality was Sybil Danning's name coming up, because I don't think I've ever seen her in
No,
anything.
it's Golan Globus. Those guys. Have you seen the documentary on Cannon Films?
No.
No, what is it
Oh,
called? I want to watch that right
I
now.
forget what it's called, but it's a couple of years old, and it's basically it was two Israeli brothers, and one of them genuinely thought he was a great filmmaker, and he wanted to make great films, and the other brother just raised all the money, and it was so hilarious because he was like Ed Wood for the 90s and the 80s. It was like he didn't realize how shit he was.
Yeah, we genuinely do have to watch that at some point, because now I'm
It's
interested
called
in
Electric Boogaloo, the
Yes,
wild
that's right.
untold story of Cannon Films from 2014.
Totally worth your time.
that.
Wonderful
Holy
movie.
shit! Yeah.
Thank you for the recommendation. Now,
Oh, just so we're all formally introduced, obviously everybody knows of, I should say, Jaffe. Lenning is the one who doesn't have herpes.
Okay, yep, understood.
And Reyes is the one who's been pretty silent so far, but Reyes has a intense love of the God of War games. So
he is starstruck right now.
yeah.
Nice.
I mainly I wanted to say something, but also it was let's just watch this movie. So I was like, you know what? I'll wait a second,
I'll bide my time.
because God of War is just my third favorite franchise of all time. But I'll wait.
Fair enough.
He's
Well,
actually.
let me tell you this, Reyes. Out of all the people in the chat, you're my third favorite.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Everyone's
QB
commenting
Halloween.
on my game.
Look at these effects. Look
I
at
love
them.
it.
Enjoy them.
I am.
Oh my God.
So now, Jaffe, you said that you've seen this movie before. About how much of this would you say is did you base off of God of War?
Well, listen, if I not a lot, because when we got sued for ripping off God of War, which we never ever did, and the courts threw it out of court and said there's no case here, but I had to go back to my childhood and be like, look, this is where this came from. This is the inspiration of this. And it was like Wonder Woman comics, Clash of the Titans, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and never once in that many millions of dollars of a lawsuit that Sony paid legal fees for was Hercules or Lou Ferrigno ever mentioned once. So
In the courtroom, did you just hurl Bubo at the judge's head? And go like, this is my evidence.
that's right. No, I was in there with the invisible helmet. They couldn't see me. And they're just like, how the fuck who is talking? I saw that motion picture many times. And that movie came out the same summer as Raiders. So all you have to do, if you do like God of War, Raiders of the Lost Ark and Clash of the Titans is basically God of War mashed up. Pandora's Box is the fucking Ark, dude. I mean, it's exactly that.
Really? Holy
Awesome.
shit!
See that?
Look at this. It's beautiful. And I'm not the only one that misses practical effects.
Oh, no,
I mean,
You and me
dude,
both.
everyone
Talk
here.
about it
I am
here all the
screaming
time.
about it all the
Weekly.
Yep. I actually got V to watch Alien for the first time. And
I had never seen it either until 4 months ago. I loved it. I'd never seen
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I've seen
1978, dude. Holy
I know.
shit.
I had seen Aliens. I even liked Prometheus. I like Covenant. I liked all of it. But I just had never and I never saw The Thing until 2 months ago.
What?
I
And
still
that
haven't
was
seen it all the way through. So.
amazing.
I bet
That
blew your
was
tits off.
amazing.
Oh my god.
Dude,
Prometheus is my
Director is
favorite.
fantastic.
Yeah, Prometheus is great. People shit all over the new Aliens from Ridley Scott, but they're good.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I'm not gonna have that argument.
That looks like weed. That looks like a rolled joint sticking up from the
that's
planet.
sexy.
Speaking of which,
Oh, look what's happening. Look at the people. This is like Neverending Story 2.
this is what I thought God looked like when I was like 6.
That's what we all thought God looked like.
This is what God looks like. Excuse me.
Little did we know it's Alanis Morissette. Isn't that ironic?
And let me explain this to you, because a lot, like, when I was working whenever I work with artists and stuff, like most people, and I don't mean this, I'm not being self-deprecating.
Oh no, you're in the right place if you're
Are
going
we
to be
supposed to just
self-deprecating.
talk, or are we supposed to watch the movie?
Both.
I don't want to miss the story. So
We usually fade in and out.
Okay.
This is a
I'm
Cannon
trying
Films
to
movie.
figure
I
out-
don't think there's a lot of
Yeah.
story to miss, Jaffe.
Well, what I was going to say is, like, when I work with a bunch of artists and stuff, and this is not me being self-deprecating, there is a point where, I don't know when it is, 11, 12, 13, where most people go through a phase where they kind of put this sort of stuff away because they're embarrassed and it hurts them getting girls or something. And then when they get older, they come back to it, but it's in a more mature, like Christopher Nolan way or something, where it's like, yes, it's sci-fi, yes, it's comic booky, but it's a grown-up take on it. But I've never outgrown this ridiculousness of what 10-year-olds think is cool. So when I see those dudes hanging out in the clouds and shit, I get that it's cheesy, but I also are like, that's so fucking cool that they're hanging out in the clouds. I love that never left my psyche, because like that shot right there, that's so fucking cool to me. It's like out of Xanadu or something. I love it.
I can do two things at once, where it's like I appreciate it and I also mock it, but I also appreciate it because it's like this duality. So I'm like, it's like, yeah, I love it.
Oh, it's horrible.
It, I love it.
Oh, it's horrible. It's so stupid, but it's
But that's where the poetry
so
is.
good. Yes, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Mindless
Because it's these
entertainment.
fuckers going, I'm going to tell a story, and this is the money I got. Fuck you, I'm telling the story.
Right.
That is totally
Lou Ferrigno's, I want Lou Ferrigno's like body in that shot, except for his wiener. It doesn't look like he has a good bulge. I want like all of it, but like now it is.
Nowadays, you probably would have an actor going, okay, I need you guys to touch up that shot and give me a bigger dick.
I wish I could CGI my dick for my wife.
Would they CG it? Well, depending on the budget, they'd either CG it or just hand him a cucumber and say, go with it.
But, well, we've already discussed that we all think practical effects look better, so the cucumber's probably the way to go.
Well,
It depends.
Although, if you are going to CG your dick, I recommend doing it on PS5 because it has ray tracing.
Good physics.
Good jiggle physics.
Look at that baby. That looks so real.
It's a CG baby.
Is
Oh,
she
shit.
holding at the fan in front of her tits, or is that her dress?
I'm.
It looks like a mermaid fin.
It does actually, yeah.
Cosplaying as like a moon goddess of playing katana with those, metal. Fucking
Oh, yeah, totally.
I was just gonna say, like, this is my kind of like ideal like setting. Like, I love this whole like fantasy, like medieval type stuff. Like I'm such a sucker for it. Like, even if it's like campy and like just overall awful, it's still like I would rather watch something like this than actually watch like most Marvel movies.
It looks like Legends of the Hidden Temple, but just with like some soul.
It's true. I don't know if I would rather watch this than a Marvel movie, but
Well, I mean, it has the Incredible Hulk.
I'm with you. I'm absolutely with you. I wonder what let me tell you something. So I thought I was going to be a movie director for a long time, and I actually directed some live action for the first Twisted Metal. And you can see those on the internet. They're horrible.
I love those.
I agree.
I have watched a few of them actually.
Okay.
I think
I
they're
love
really
them.
endearing.
They are, but they're endearing and whatnot. And focus groups loved them, and Sony didn't include them because they were like, these are horrible. And I'm like,
Who
yeah.
else did we get in 1993, dude?
It doesn't matter though. The point though is that there she is. There's the vixen of the time. Now I got distracted by Sybil.
Sybil
all
doesn't
did.
apologize.
You were directing some live action.
Yeah, I directed some live action, and when I directed it, I totally was playing it straight, and everybody who watched it was laughing at it. And I was like, this isn't supposed to be campy. And so I wonder when I see campy stuff, like you're talking about campy movies like this, it's like, I wonder if they knew. I know the brothers, Gorm and Globus didn't, but I wonder if the people on the set were like, okay, this is crap we're making.
I think they really did have a vision.
I doubt
think?
they themselves
Absolutely.
knew, because like Troll 2, Drake Floyd thought it was good and didn't understand people laughing at it. Tommy Wiseau in the room, he thought that was good and didn't get people while they're laughing at it. Like usually the guys running the cameras know what they're filming. To their eye, looks like they're laughing at it, but sometimes people don't always know. But like,
Right.
yeah, Drake Floyd's a great example of literally like watching a theater of people laugh, and he goes, "They're not laughing at the jokes; they're laughing at the wrong parts."
Every artist I've ever met thinks they're doing they're doing it. Their message is going to be proclaimed.
Well, Dave, you had some stuff like that, like when you first started being a game developer, right? Like the vision is more important than everything.
Well, that I still agree with. I mean, but for the difference is in video games, it's probably like making an animated movie. If you're making a live action movie, it's a car crash. It's a relatively fast car crash, and by the time by the time the creators have realized what has happened, it's way too fucking late.
Yeah.
But when you're making a video game, you have such a long runway that
True.
you're like, there's 50 times where the whole thing's falling apart and it's crap. And then you have time to correct and bring on people who can improve what you suck at. And so you have a higher percentage, I would say, of competency in games because they're just harder to make and they require more people. Although that's changing with a lot of things like Dreams and Core Engine and things like that.
Unity
So maybe we'll see our version of Cannon. Hey man, if somebody came to me and said, Jaffe, we want you to run Cannon Films of video games, and you have barely any budget, and we don't care if it's shit, we just want it to like sell by the movie poster, I would love that. I would
Jaffe, we want you to run a company that it's like a video game, Canon Games, where it's like the movie poster. And whatever you just said, I'm saying it to you now.
I wasn't finished with the sentence. The rest of the sentence was, and here's the bag of cash to do it with.
There was a catch. I knew it was too good to be true. But by the way, I want to say about Sybil Danning in this movie. I feel like her design was, it's like, okay, I want a combination of the Mother Mary, the Virgin Mother Mary, and an aerobics instructor. Can you make that happen?
Probably true. Well, when she came on screen, I stopped because I hadn't seen her in a while. But what was really interesting about her is, I don't happen to find Sybil Danning all that sexy, and I know that was sort of her point for a lot of this stuff. It's not like they hired her because she was a great actress, and so I look at her and she's always now, and even back then, and if I did the IMDb on this, she'd probably be 30. But when I look at her, she always looked like somebody's mom, and she still does. I'm probably
look like hot 80s mom.
Yeah, I'm older than she is. I have to be. I'm 49. When she made this movie, there's no way she was 49 or older. But she still looks older than me in my head. It's very strange.
Hold on, let me check. Sybil, I'll check her exact age.
My guess is she was 30 when they were shooting this.
She is 73 right now, so...
When does this movie get bad? Because so far I'm pretty, invested.
Reyes, for you, it probably won't ever get bad.
Because, you know what it is? It reminds me of, Clash of the Titans and Jason and the Argonauts, so, I'm, right now super sucked in.
It's kind of like that, except a little more absurd and over the top. Because
the minute Lou Ferrigno starts speaking dialogue is, I think, when it goes off the rails.
No.
Well, he's like Sybil Danning. I don't think he was, hired necessarily for his great acting chops.
No, he was hired because of the Hulk, baby. That's why he was hired.
I don't think that they hired him and were like, this is going to get him the Oscar this year.
Did you hear that story that... I think, in fact, it was in the Electric Boogaloo movie. Stallone comes onto the set of Masters of the Universe, which was also the Goran Globus movie. Mm-hmm. It was a Cannon film. And...
Claymation?
That fucking hand, I'm sorry.
Oh, my God!
Oh, yeah, we gotta watch the hand. Hang on.
But keep going.
Look at that.
Oh, I appreciate these little shots.
You found it.
Okay, see this? This is called a scryer pool, right? Or a Schreier, whatever the fuck it's called.
Yes.
In the lawsuit, the guy who was suing us was like, you guys used one of those in your game or in the game manual, and you got that from me. I'm like, motherfucker, the idea of God's looking into a fucking pool and seeing what's happening on Earth has been around forever. You didn't invent that, you fucking idiot. I didn't say that in court, but,
It sounds a lot like the Universal, Donkey Kong, King Kong thing versus Nintendo, where it's we have the rights to King Kong. They really didn't. It's complete bullshit, litigation.
Yes, absolutely.
I think that's fucking amazing that whoever this motherfucker was had the balls to be like, yeah, a scrying tool, something that's been around in fucking mythology and lore for centuries and centuries throughout all religions. You made it up, David J. You stole it from me. I made it up.
That's right. Oh, special effects. Look at the snakes. Look at the babies. Huh? Look at that fucking... Oh, my God. It's like I pooed that this morning.
It does look pretty dirty. He just crushed their fucking heads.
I'm so bummed because I'm watching this almost like a slideshow. I have great internet, but it's really... every 10 frames, it stops for a second.
Yeah, it's doing that over here, too.
That's a case. I can, let me pause it for a second, okay?
No, let us know when that happens, because it just means that we need to stop and restart, and usually it starts...
Well, not restart the movie, but just pause the stream for a second.
Yeah, we don't restart the movie unless it's Hubie Halloween.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
not. We're
yeah,
never
yeah.
gonna watch Hubie Halloween again, though.
I watched that movie. I watched it. Well, first, tell me, what did you think of Hubie Halloween?
Reyes
I
loved
loved
it.
it.
Reyes loved
I
it.
loved it.
It's a reason why we have it on Bad Movie Night.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a video.
We did not like it.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot until I was shamed into not liking it. So
I didn't.
Well-
I didn't.
Reyes
I will
You're gonna
support
love
you.
Reyes.
No,
Reyes is
no, no.
about to go from your third favorite
I can't
person to your
because
first.
COVID.
Yeah, Reyes is gonna bump up a couple slots for you. Right?
Nice.
Listen, I had to convince everyone in this chat to watch Hubie Halloween. I had to do it because I was like, this is amazing in the most worst way possible.
I genuinely enjoyed it, unironically. I thought it was a
Yeah.
great Adam Sandler movie.
I'm just happy that you like Hubie Halloween. It makes
So
me
I'm-
overjoyed.
well-
Mhm.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, that's like a fucking bulldozer offset. That's how they did that, right?
No, he really
No,
did that.
no,
He's
no.
freaking-
Lou Ferrigno actually did
or
it.
it's a prop. Oh, it's a prop.
No. What Jaffe was saying is that Lou Ferrigno is a prop. Yeah, that's what the big, strong man who just ripped a tree out of the ground needs, is a fucking weapon.
Yeah, didn't you see fucking Captain America just rip the log in half in fucking Endgame or Infinity War or whatever the fuck that was?
Yeah.
Look
Well-
at the stock footage of a bear. Is that stock footage?
I think, yes, I'm pretty sure the vast majority of this movie cuts away to stock footage.
Because that bear walking, I'm like, that was a very strangely framed shot. It was like, what?
Oh, you don't know. We before we were watching what it's like to work with animals on set, but the first movie we watched on Bad Movie Night was Roar.
Oh, yeah, that's stock. That's stock. Look at that. Come on.
High five the bear.
I'll give you $100 if there's a two-shot that's not a clear composite.
Spend it that
Afraid of Lou
disbelief.
Ferrigno, honestly, than a bear.
Okay, so
Look at
Lou
him.
Ferrigno has to fight the bear, but you know it's going to be like a toy or... Okay, here we go. How are they going to pull this one off?
Let's go.
How are they going to make this work? Come on, Gordon.
Very easily, David Jaffe. Lou Ferrigno is actually going to fight a bear, and he's going to win. Look at him.
Look at him. He's beautiful. Thank you for
big
making
he
that joke.
Oh, I can't wait to see how this is gonna.
Oh, come on! That's a trash bag. That's a trash bag.
That's a.
Oh my God!
I refuse to believe this isn't a real
Squatch,
bear.
it's
It's me.
you. You didn't tell me you were in this, Squatch.
I don't like talking about the movies I'm in.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
He's going to punch the bear out.
From
This
Vee
is essentially a documentary about how Lou Ferrigno lived in the woods for a while and beat up bears.
He was in the woods.
He toss the bear down.
Yeah, this is
Goes into this base.
Oh,
This is Lou
It's the
Ferrigno.
bear constellation.
Oh,
Oh, my
now if
God.
there-
Oh my god!
If this was made today, there would be an end credit scene where the bear wakes up in space and like Val's Revenge and heads back, and it's like, shit, it's a shared universe. They're making another one.
Oh my God.
The bear's in the fucking Phantom Zone.
It's like at the end of Flash Gordon when Ming takes the ring, and it's like the end.
yeah, the question mark.
How is Emilia Clarke in this movie? Oh yeah, I guess I should have announced that to you guys who haven't seen it. In this version of events, Hercules and all of the gods are actually aliens.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah, that's the thing. They're all aliens. They're on a different planet. They're fucking
no, this is-
aliens.
We're actually
whoa, whoa.
watching Prometheus.
Oh, here's the bad guy. Let's see who's gonna fight. That's your solution?
Oh, cool.
Legos.
Power Rangers.
What is this? A solution for ants?
Monsters Row.
Would you whittle sticks and make that?
Kit on the model kit. These are very hard to make, Zeus. Don't make fun of me.
Hearing in Greek mythology, they say it is programmed to kill Hercules.
Well, he had a line a minute ago where he says, "You know me, I believe in science." It's like you're Zeus, you fuck.
Excuse me. I'm Hephaestus. Clearly, I'm the god of like technology and stuff. You know.
As you know, electricity,
excuse
the
you.
incarnation of science.
The alien of technology.
I throw thunderbolts and I can fix your computer if it crashes.
Wait,
No
so
comment.
no, I'm supposed to believe he's having a hard time carrying the rocks, but he could throw and launch a fucking bear into outer
That's right.
space.
Through the atmosphere.
Actually, what you don't know is that those are rock biter testicles. That's why they're so heavy.
Oh.
Well, you don't remember, The Rock was also Hercules.
Oh.
He was. Oh, let me fucking tell you something.
Yes, please tell me anything.
Okay, so Brett Ratner, who directed Hercules, the Rock version, was going to direct God of War.
Really?
And yeah, and so it went from the producers, who I think may still have the rights to that property as a film. They right away they hired an Oscar-nominated writer, a guy named David Self. They paid him $1 million to write the screenplay, and it's like, okay, we're all at Sony going, great, they're gonna fucking take this serious. And I remember when the screenplay was done, they hired an artist. You know, this is right after Casino Royale had come out, and they were like, let's get an artist to do like a version of Daniel Craig as Kratos, and let's put that on the cover of the script, and let's send it to Daniel Craig so maybe we can get him. And, you know, that never happened. And then as these things go, it was, you know, oh, there's one of the toys attacking.
Yeah, that's an amazing Tinker toy.
It looks like a Bionicle.
Oh, Lou Ferrigno. You poor son of a bitch. Look at that thing. But I'm gonna go talk to my kids for 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Let's pause this for him when he comes back.
I'm a tangent catcher. I will remember.
Lenny,
Okay, I'll be back in 3 minutes.
Daniel Jaffe is making a lot of jokes about me, and you know what? I'll punch that guy in the fucking face.
He's got kids to get responsibilities.
Disaster. We could never have him on again.
We as mid-20-year-olds and late 20-year-olds don't have kids.
Wait. I just want to say that David Jaffe agrees with me that Hubie Halloween is it's a good movie to watch.
Oh God, we're never. You guys realize.
We need to get him to comment.
Retract this.
You guys realize that we've made a terrible era of judgment here.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
because now Reyes
is unstoppable.
He is.
Created a monster.
Yeah, every day. Anytime that we talk about Hubie Halloween, the first thing Reyes is gonna go to, well, David Jaffe, the creator of God of War and Twisted Metal, seems to agree with me.
Maybe, just maybe, that all the decisions that I come up with should be taken with great consideration.
I'll take
just because you have one celebrity re-endorse your vote, does that mean you're always right?
All I need.
You have one person that we all look up to as a god.
Reyes is like, that's all I needed. That's all I needed.
It's like, I am the god of soup.
I am the god of the Vee Hive.
Oh God.
Listen, it has to be done.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
No, it's all
we
right.
were just shit talking you viciously. Don't worry about it. You missed nothing. No.
Get in line.
We were talking about
Sasquatch, by the way, Jaffe's dick is tremendous. All right.
Oh wow.
Regardless of what you said, it's tremendous.
I know.
I will tell you, in college, you know, one of the first women that I was with in college, I don't even know how it came up, but we started talking about the size of my dick, and she said, and I took it as a compliment, but maybe I shouldn't. She says, it's surprisingly big. And I never forgot that, obviously. Why would I? But I was just like, I don't know if I should take the big part or the surprising part more personal, but there you go.
Instead of just going like, wait, surprisingly?
Yeah, like, what did you expect? What do you, a Lilliputian? What, I mean, come on.
Listen, all I'm saying is back in college, they used to call Jaffe the tripod, all right? That's all you need to know.
It's because he brought his camera everywhere with him.
That's probably true, actually. So anyway, Daniel Craig.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
How big is his dick?
It gets to Brett Ratner. And I was like, whatever, you guys do what you want to do. But so he did a lot of pre-production on God of War.
Mm-hmm.
And for whatever reason, it fell apart. I wasn't engaged enough to know why it fell apart, but it did. So he says he does all this pre-production, the movie falls apart, and then 4 months later he announces he's doing Hercules with The Rock. And a handful of things that I had seen that they were doing in pre-production for God of War ended up in Hercules with The Rock. So I think it's a long way of getting to when you're like, oh, The Rock was in a Hercules movie. He was, and a lot of it has the DNA of the shitty Brett Ratner God of War movie that never was. So that's sort of my Hercules Rock story and scene.
And I've never seen that one,
interesting.
but I assume now he's got big Athena chains and he climbs up the side of a big animated, a statue.
I also enjoyed Hercules with The Rock to a degree.
So
I never saw it.
Here's my
Jaffe,
thing.
who?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, V.
I was just gonna say.
I can wait.
Here's my thing with The Rock. Like, he's like one of the most successful actors in Hollywood right now, but like, outside of the Fast and Furious franchise, like I don't think people actually like any of his movies, yet he'll still
I
continue to get
love
work.
San Andreas, man. San Andreas is great.
Which one was that?
The earthquake movie.
Oh, okay, the earthquake. It's always like a natural disaster or like something like. It's
Yeah, and
something-
I heard Rampage was great. And Central Intelligence is fucking hilarious with Kevin Hart. I think what's just happened there is you've totally talked out your ass. You have no evidence.
No, I'm saying, listen.
Shit, Jaffe is fucking puts you on right now. Are you going to defend yourself right at me?
You haven't seen enough Rock movies.
No,
because
hear me
I'm
out.
on Vee's
No,
side.
hear me out. Listen, I like The Rock. I think he's really entertaining. He's funny, he's charismatic, but I think like people go to see The Rock movies not because they think it's going to be a good movie, but because they think The Rock is going to be good in it. And that's what I'm saying. Is like even though his
Hey man,
movies
that's great. We haven't had a star like that can actually people go just because the name and ages. That used to be the way it was.
Oh, absolutely,
100%. All you motherfuckers can keep your new Schwarzenegger. I'll keep old Schwarzenegger. Thank you.
Old but not obsolete.
Also, I enjoyed Rampage.
Right.
I also enjoyed that other movie he was in, Scraper or something like that. It started with an S.
It's called Scorpion King. Pronounced it right.
I loved Scorpion King. Scorpion King was awesome.
So did I.
That was fun.
Oh, that was back in the day too, though.
I
Yeah.
haven't watched it. I haven't watched it since I was a teenager,
Oh,
but I did have a lot of fun with it.
Speaking of Scorpion King, we definitely have to watch the Scorpion King movies outside of the first, because the first one was actually good, but the next 4 are all awful, and without The Rock, also may I add.
So, well, I mean, yeah, he said, I don't know what he said, but he definitely was like, no. And so eventually it started, though, at the level of Daniel Craig, who was hot off of Casino. So he was the biggest star in the world at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And Oscar-winning or Oscar-nominated writer of 13 Days, David Self, paid him $1 million to write the script. Pretty good script. I read it. And as these things go over time, as more and more people say no, the people in charge want to still get the green light because that's how they get paid, and there's still a chance it'll be a hit. And by the end of it, it ended up in the hands of Brett Ratner. And I had moved on to another company at the time, and I was like, well, I don't really like Brett Ratner. Whatever, guys, whatever you want to do, I don't care. And Brett Ratner's a pretty terrible human being, and he's also a terrible director for the most part. And well, I mean, he's got a lot of like sexual assault allegations against him and all kinds of things.
Yeah, that was a dark laugh. I agree.
Yeah.
He's not a good guy.
Wait a second,
But-
I won't have you besmirch the man who made the best X-Men movie, The Last Stand.
I
That's some
didn't hate
great
that
work.
movie, truth be told.
Why
But
are
anyway.
all the X-Men directors weird? Bryan Singer and
Oh, dude.
Let's say the Brett Ratner, Daniel Craig, God of War, did come to pass, right?
Well, I don't think it would have ever been Daniel Craig, Brett Ratner.
I want to ask you,
It was-
who would you prefer to have? Because why the fuck
I-
Daniel Craig? He's not Kratos. Like, who would you cast as Kratos?
Well, at the time, I wanted to cast. I can never say his name. Is it Jimon Hunsu?
Who?
He's older now and he doesn't quite fit anymore. But at the time, I was like, he would be fucking amazing. The Rock, I think, makes good sense. I think at a commercial level, Vin Diesel, The Rock make decent sense. But I think if you're talking just performer, maybe Dave Bautista would be good because he's got the physique, but he's not as ubiquitous as The Rock or Vin Diesel. But I mean, the Kratos role really requires a very specific physique. And
What about Momoa?
Yeah, I was about to say.
oh yeah, of course.
Shape him up.
Oh, he'd be great.
Well, what I was going to say is,
Shave him up. Gary just wants to see another
I
oily
don't-
beefcake.
Here's what I can tell you.
His face
Here's
is
what I
not
can tell
attractive
you.
without his beard.
I had a conversation recently with the guys who are doing the Twisted Metal TV series through PlayStation Productions. And I can't obviously tell you anything. You know how these things go. Who knows if it'll ever get off the ground? But there are the pilot's been written. It's been greenlit by the people that need to greenlight it. Whether or not it actually goes before cameras, who the fuck knows? But when they told me there are 2 names that I can't say that are very interested in like the Sweet Tooth role and another role, and I was just like, oh my god, really? Those people? Not in a bad way, but like in a, I don't know.
Yeah.
Why would they be interested in that? Okay, great. So, sometimes the problem is it's kind of like Tom Holland in Uncharted. even though I have to admit, when they released the picture of him as Nathan Drake, I was like, okay, I got no problems being wrong, and I'm happy to say that he looks like a cool Nathan Drake.
Now recording.
The fuck was
That's Craig. That's Craig. It's Skynet. He gets weird sometimes. Just ignore him.
Okay. But when I first heard they were doing Uncharted with Tom Holland, and they're like, well, we're going to do the young Nathan Drake. And I was like, I thought they meant like the scene in Uncharted 4 when he's in the orphanage and shit. I'm like, who the fuck wants to see that? But I think they meant, no, we're going to make Nathan Drake as you know and love, but we're just going to make him like 24 instead of 34.
Well, also the movie is supposed to connect with the series, actually. I think like the movie's supposed to be like a prequel to the actual game series.
Okay, I can see that. I mean, yeah, I think when you're spending the kind of money they're spending for Uncharted, I don't think they really care.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, what I was going to
seriously, in the sense that, you know, what hardcore fans of these properties demand is important, but it's not near as important as, you know, can we get the mom and the carpool kids to actually take their kids to this movie? It's not like, oh, well, this follows canon. It's like, who gives a shit?
what I was going to ask you before is, if they ever went through with the Brett Ratner God of War, do you think there's any chance it could ever be as good as Lou Ferrigno Hercules?
I like Hubie Halloween better.
I think what happened here is they saw Clash of the Titans, and they were like, well, they have that robotic, like, owl in it. Like, yeah, I think we could get away with, like, a couple of those. Let's get some of those things for the kids.
What is this? Just leave it.
I really don't think there were many people working on this film that were worried about what they could get away with. I don't think that's this kind of movie. He threw a bear into outer space. That train left the station. That train left the station when they said, "Hey, we got Lou Ferrigno to star." That was, you know.
The second he signed the dotted line, that was it. It was all over.
David, I'm so fucking sorry. I missed Drawn to Death. I only learned about it last night, and I love everything about it. And then I found out last night it's not around, and I was fucking heartbroken. I love it. It's an awesome idea, dude.
Makes two of us. I loved that game, and it got utterly. And let me tell you something. Like you guys were saying, I think it was Tanny saying at the beginning. When Tanny was talking, then when you say that you've never met an artist that doesn't believe they're making amazing work, the feeling I had about Drawn to Death was the same feeling I had about God of War. Was the same feeling I had about Twisted Metal. I mean, every game I've worked on that's been a massive hit or a big failure like Drawn to Death, it feels exactly the same. You feel like you are communing with the gods and you're making something meaningful and special that's going to really make people happy. And sometimes, you know, sometimes you do and sometimes you don't. And I guess the people who have consistent, successful careers are the ones that are able to, oh my God, that's awesome.
I love that.
That's awesome. That is great.
Repeatedly recognize truth from fiction in terms of the quality of their work. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks because I actually got Drawn to Death day one, and I actually convinced like 4 of my other friends to get it, and we all had a blast with it.
Oh, that's great.
I still don't understand how that game did bad. Like I still don't get it.
I was standing in a park. Oh, get into space. He's gonna have a whole fucking toy box of shit he just keeps in space.
It's gonna be all the junk around Earth.
Is this gonna explode? Please tell me it's not gonna explode a planet. Wait.
Oh my God! Can you imagine? Oh, please!
I think it's gonna destroy the planet.
That's what it looked like they were going for.
I wish it landed on the moon and like the Watchers, like, God damn it, Hercules, more of your shit up here, the bear, now the fucking.
The first astronaut, it's like one small step from it, and then all of a sudden Lou Ferrigno just like
there you
the
go.
fucking log.
Neil Armstrong's head explodes with the log. I wonder what the director of Hercules, when he looked back and said that this was about that,
He looked back and he said,
"That was it."
He looked back and he said, "This was about Lou Ferrigno's abs. That's what this movie was about."
Right.
That's what this whole movie is about.
Well, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm kind of enjoying this movie.
Do you know what what movie we watch every Christmas because it's so delightfully bad? I mean, oh my God. It is Kurt Cameron Saving Christmas is
Oh
my God,
yeah.
delight of a horror show, and me and my kids watch it every fucking weekend or
that's
every
amazing.
fucking year.
That's
Have you
amazing.
seen it?
Yeah.
I have seen other people talk about it, and it's one
Hardcore
it's-
Santa Claus? Are you kidding me? Of course.
It's the cringiest
No,
fucking motherfucking
Kurt Cameron
thing.
Saving Christmas.
yeah, no,
yeah.
Hardcore Santa Claus.
I've never seen it.
Right, yeah, no, in the movie, yeah, they're like, whoa, Santa Claus isn't what you think. Let me tell you who Santa really is. I mean, it's like, dude, shut the fuck. It is horrible, but it is just delightfully awful. Oh, now look at that, she's pretty. She's pretty. I'm going on a date with her. She's my girlfriend. Has Lou Ferrigno never seen a woman? He's like, what is that? I want to put my tongue in there.
I mean, well,
I really do.
to be fair, this is the first time we've seen Lou Ferrigno with a woman in this movie, so maybe
That's probably true.
Yeah, it
the last thing he was intimate with, remember, was a bear.
That's
True.
true.
No, he thinks his mother is alive.
I hope he doesn't throw her into the moon.
Maybe
Oh
not,
my
maybe not,
God,
maybe
no.
not. Maybe not.
Oh, Oedipus Rex.
It's
That's his. Jesus, now that's a cock block.
That's basically what Jaffe did to Lenning.
Well, listen, Zeus is trying to help Lou Ferrigno not get herpes, which is what David Jaffe did for me.
I told you I'd get rid of your virus. Don't worry about it.
How does one feel comfortable and secure in their art when everyone is on a hair trigger, and you don't know how you're going to be received, especially when everyone is so volatile and everyone is just waiting to pounce on the next thing that doesn't agree with whatever.
I really don't give a fuck. I
agree.
And I don't mean that. I don't mean that like I don't listen to people, because I'm not. I am very social justice warrior. I mean, I am very much. I want people to be, treated fairly and kindly and equally. And I think,
What?
and I think for a long time, well, I know, I grew up in the time, I have a gay brother, but I grew up in the 70s and 80s where everything was like, that's fucking gay, dude. That's fucking gay, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was like, I never knew, it's like somebody today would say, well, dude, I don't mean it's really gay, like homosexual. I'm like, I know you don't, but what you're basically equating his sexuality as is something that is bad. You're taking, and it's things like that I'm like, look, I can't, I don't know what it must, I don't know what it's like, but I know what it must be like, which is that would hurt my feelings if everywhere I went, I heard that shit. And so,
Oh man, that's pretty gay, dude.
yeah, I know. More often,
Sorry.
no, I got a cock in my mouth right now. More often than not, though, a lot of times when people push back on that stuff, it's because, they don't want to lose their privilege. They're like, I don't want you to tell me what I can and can't say, which I get. Nobody wants to be told what to do, but sometimes you're just being an asshole. But anyway, the point is, though, when it comes to creating, I'd like, if I've ever done anything that has offended people and they tell me, I'm like, oh shit, I appreciate you educating me on that. I didn't know that. I'm sorry. But I'm not worried about them pouncing. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to make what I want to make. And what I want to make is usually, infused with hopefully the wisdom of people educating me on things that maybe I don't know beforehand. But I don't worry about that. I think that way lies absolute death as somebody who wants to do creative product. Look, it's like reverse Tangled. She died and she got young and pretty.
I think she vampired his super steroid blood.
Oh,
If you do bad things, you will succeed. That's what this
You'll get
movie's
high.
about.
That is the lesson. That is what they learned, the brothers.
also, I love that, like, they're like, Hercules is in love with that woman. It's like, what the fuck? He's known her for 3 minutes. Like it's the only woman he's ever
Can you
seen.
tell from his Lou Ferrigno face?
Do you think he pre-comes anything female shaped? Like it could be someone sexy, it could be someone not so attractive, and he always has that.
A bottle of Mrs. Butterworth will do it for him.
I'm still enjoying this. Like I'm having a good time.
Well, I mean, that's good. That's what we want. Everyone who comes here, we want them to enjoy themselves to a degree. Not as much as Lou
surprised because it's
Ferrigno
not
is enjoying that
Halloween.
woman, but, enjoy themselves nonetheless.
Lou Ferrigno's boobs are more bountiful than a lot of these ladies, actually.
It's very true. That guy's costume looks like the bad guy in Superman 4: Quest for Peace.
Oh my god, it does look like Radiation Man.
Doesn't it?
Nuclear Man or whatever.
Shit, no, you're right. Nuclear Man, I think it is.
Maybe it's Cannon Films. It may be the same fucking costume.
I mean, that actually, the background kind of looks like the set in which they have like that fucking space fight in slow motion.
Yeah,
Everything does look like shitty Krypton.
might be. I think there's like,
Grow!
oh my, you put water on it.
Chia.
Or a machine is shooting lasers at the protagonist. This is just like the Terminator.
This is exactly like the Terminator. Come to think of it.
They got that Star Wars picture. The kids like the lasers. Can you put something that shoots lasers? Well, it's Greek mythology. Yeah, you make it happen. All right, fine.
In God of War 1, right after you fight the Hydra, you've got that fucking secret sex scene, right? Was that your idea or was that Corey's idea?
It was my idea.
All right, thank you. You're right. You did come up with the best ideas.
Right. But it was, you know, I remember writing that scene, and I remember it being, it wasn't, I knew it was going to come off as cheesy or jokey because we just didn't have the tech I mean, I still think you have the uncanny valley when it comes to sex in video games. It's just goofy.
Yeah.
And you're also not in the headspace to be, you know, a movie with a real sexy scene. There's all this sort of cinematic foreplay that gets you in the mood to go, okay, I enjoyed, you know, Tom Cruise and Kelly McGillis, which now is ridiculous, but, you know, in Top Gun, when it's like, oh, okay, you know, but there's a build up, and it's not just a build up of chemistry of the actors, but it's shots and angles and lighting and all this shit. And in a video game, you've gotten done reading a map and crafting a potion and killing 20 zombies. Now it's like, it's sex time. It's like,
All right, stick it in.
are you wet? Can we go? But anyway, Lenny, what that means is the woman, she has to get lubricated before you go, if you don't know.
That's how that works.
I was like, there was silence.
That's not normal?
No, there's silence. And I was just like, maybe he doesn't understand what happened. So because God of War fucks your development because you didn't get the herpes.
See, if you would have got herpes
That
like
would
a
answer
normal.
Look at this, it's God of War. Look at this.
I think that, like, if
But to be fair, I got that from Apache Chief on the Super Friends, not from Hercules. Oh my.
he's about to hurl this fucking rock, if I remember correctly. It's with a space thing.
It's an entendre.
Does it hit the bear?
I just like to imagine that everything he launches into space, like there's just an extended like cut of this movie.
Past the bear.
Yeah, the bear just gets like smacked with it each and every time. It's like, oh, come on!
I mean, if this goes into space, I'm telling you something. You know why? Because I read Hercules when I was studying for God of War, like learning all the mythology that I had forgotten, and I'm like, there wasn't much space in it. And so I'm thinking that this is like the Gorman Globus boys just going, Star Wars is big, we need more space. And then suddenly, all right, well, we'll have them throw shit into space. That's perfect. That's all we need.
Wait,
Well,
are you
in
telling-
Italian heavens translates to space. So
Oh, well, there you go. That must be it. Although they're
God
Jewish, not
translates to
Italian.
alien.
Wait a second. Are you saying that this isn't accurate to Greek mythology?
I don't think Edith Hamilton's. No, I don't think this is the real thing.
I'm pretty sure that there were giant, like, robotic toys in the original Greek mythology. Like,
That's probably
Hercules.
true. And Zeus was an IT guy.
Oh, away she goes!
See ya.
Goodbye, rationality. Goodbye.
So we can laugh at this, and we are, because it looks like utter shit. But this is reaching in.
83.
This is reaching into like a little kid's imagination, and this is awesome, right? Oh my god, look at that guy. He's cool. Ooh.
Well, but that's from a distance.
I
When
like
we
the
get closer,
mirror
it might look like
sword.
shit.
is that the
It's
fucking
skate- it's skate
Colossus of
town.
Rhodes? Jaffe, your Colossus of Rhodes didn't look like a Terminator.
No, but now that I'm seeing this, it should have.
Gundam.
But when we played that we never released it, but we played God of War 2 in virtual reality. Holy shit, dude!
Oh my god.
And it was all POV. It was you couldn't. It was amazing. I'm kidding. That's a lie. That never ever happened.
I'm just
I'm
imagining,
imagining the
Dare you.
I'm
what
imagining
if.
the universe
I'm
that
imagining
could
the
be.
I had such a boner about that. Now I've seen this lady's half boobs,
Yeah, her nipples are
and I
almost
have the
out.
same boner now.
It's the same.
Everything's fine.
Still herpes free too.
Yeah, no sores, no bowel
What
tracks.
if it
We're
wasn't
good.
this time and it's like
Yeah.
something happened?
How he got herpes in the
Something
past
happened
hour.
between the beginning of the movie and now.
Yeah.
This movie, Lou Ferrigno gave Lenny herpes.
And I saw an areola before.
I was
Maybe
just about to
she's
No, me
say.
too. I saw it.
You saw it?
I saw it. I was looking right at it.
Yeah, I saw the big barrel of KY jelly in the back too.
All right,
That's just Lou Ferrigno.
Why are Lou Ferrigno's nipples pointing 15 degrees lower than everybody else's in this film?
They're attracted to water.
Oh my god.
Oh, he's got an LGBT sword.
This movie was
power of
actually
social
very,
justice.
very progressive for the time.
I know.
The social justice blade.
You know, the effects look very similar to the ones in Ghostbusters, but like the ones in Ghostbusters look like just a little bit better.
Well, listen,
this is a fucking lightsaber fight. I mean, this is crazy.
I'm still enjoying this.
V, there's a pit with lava. It's just like Terminator 2.
Oh, it's
I like
exactly
how he
like
can throw
Terminator
a bear
2.
into space, but it takes a little effort to reel up the lady on the crank.
I'm
throwing
really
things all
hoping
day,
that Bear comes back into the picture somehow.
Oh, it has to.
There needs to be a sequel.
Okay,
There is a sequel. There is a sequel.
Oh God.
Are we watching that next?
Maybe we should one of these days.
There's a new Leprechaun that looks awesomely, horrifically stupid.
It's not Warwick. It's a different little person, but it does look kind of fun.
Yeah.
Which
No,
one?
it's actually they CG Billy Barty, so it's basically kind of like a hologram version of Tupac, but it's Billy Barty.
Oh.
That's a deep cut, kids. You may not know who the fuck I'm talking about. How about
Deep cut. Dig into the crates with that one.
That's right, Kenny Baker, whatever.
Sorry, that one I knew. Sorry, if you said Michael Rappaport from Time Bandits, I would have known that one.
Oh wow, okay. I saw a picture of the kid from Time Bandits on the internet the other day, but now grown up, and it's like so fucking weird. It's like never show me that again. Never show me that again. Not that he's anything wrong with him. He's a normal looking human. It's just, it's like, no, that kid is forever cemented in my mind. I went to college with the kid who played the little boy who got attacked by the clown in Poltergeist. And
no shit. Is he traumatized forever? Like I was?
No. He wanted to be. He's become a filmmaker. I mean, he's not like a renowned one or anything. He makes a lot of kind of indie movies. I'm looking at this bizarre constellation.
That's it. That's where it ends.
Well, yeah. Okay, let's see. Sybil Danning, Lou Ferrigno. Anybody else was big in this?
Honestly, this is some of Claudio Casanelli's greatest work.
That's exactly right. Well, I thought he was going to go on to greatness, and then this was like the peak for him, unfortunately.
Yeah, poor guy.
I think Roger went home to his mom and was like, I play as mom.
Somebody was credited as the friend.
I play the friend.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here today, Jaffe.
Of course, it was a lot of fun. I had a great time. Have me back. I'll watch more movies with you. It sounds like a lot of fun. In the meantime, yes, I'm going to go feed my children, and then I'm going to get ready for my Bug Snacks stream this evening, where I'm going to be high as a kite playing a weird game about animals that eat fruit, and the fruit spawns out of their bodies or some such shit. I don't fucking know. All right, bye, guys. Talk to you soon.
You have a good one.
Have a good one.
Bye.
That was amazing. What? I was so clammed up the whole time. The guy's fucking amazing.
I'm still recording this, and this is all going in the video. So continue
Oh
to
my
mark it.
God! He was amazing. I was like, I have to shut up and just listen. This guy's fucking amazing.
I am vengeance. I am the night, and that was Vee Infuso. Just remember, if you're not tuning in, then you're missing out. Catch him next time. Same bat time. Same bat channel.